Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, goblins of all ages, welcome to another edition of the greatest goddamn D&D stream on this world and the next here. Welcome,
Hey, it's D&D night.
you goblins under the stairs.
D&D. You can be down here for D&D night if you give me some more pie.
Well, you can mute yourself.
You got.
Thought I
Hey,
was
shut the
muted.
fuck up, you guys, like the destroyer here, ready to slash and bash your Sunday night away. Unless we have to slash and bash our own bastards over there. We got Bang the Man yapping away. We got Wilma Chattington, and of course, the greatest goddamn D&D having on the land here. It's Nate Gonzalez. Take it away, Nate.
Thank you, Soulrack Destroyer. Please pass me some of that pie, and welcome to
Hey,
tonight's Sunday night.
it's the homemade blueberry pie that Mom makes that's been passed down from generation
we
to
got some
generation.
blueberry pie here tonight, guys. Hopefully you're not allergic. If you are, too bad, you're gonna die. Welcome to tonight's Sunday night edition of Goblins Under the Stairs. And we are back at it. We are back at it, ready to get some slashing and bashing in. If someone wants to go ahead and give us a recap of what happened last game, feel free to jump on in. Of course, there will be inspiration granted.
We need to start typing them up, because I always forget.
I used to type them for you guys, but I was like, you know what, I'm doing too much for them. They need to do it, so...
Yeah, I agree.
That's right. Lindsay Ann says that yelled to her boyfriend it's Sunday night, and that means it's D&D night, so thank you, Lindsay Ann. That is damn right. Tell that boy what's up. But I'm guessing we have no one here that wants to do the recap.
All right, I got it.
Go for it.
So, yep, so after kicking ass and taking names from all the drow, we then realize that there is one drow that's assisting us, and we realize that he is wearing the little feather insignia, letting us know that he's a good drow and that we are, thank you, allies with him trying to take down the House of Zalarin. And so he's telling us that we have to now go find Xeron, because he's currently waiting on us because they have captured one of their drow, and there is a lithid that is holding them hostage at this moment. But in order to get there, we kind of have to pass through that bad drow, bad, meaning good-looking drow's fighting class. So we're able to kind of skimp by, and in the room it's the Elithid's assistant, Azak, Azax is the Elithid, who's the assistant of Zalarin, and he's holding Tezrak hostage. So we go in there, guns blazing, we take them all down, but not before one of the drow inside was able to call for assistance. So as we're kind of regrouping, Wilma tries to open up a little sneaky door outside of or in the room to kind of sneak around them through the stone, even though Solrak's armor and whatnot kind of alerted them or tipped them off. But those drow, they were chopped liver, and we took them all down, no problem. And so here we are.
And here you are indeed. Go ahead and take that point of inspiration for the recap. Not too much went down, as you mentioned. You guys were able to finally meet Ozaran, one of the members of Bregendareth, and rescue Tazarak, who was being held captive by the Elithid. And after you guys were able to meld the door, Wilma specifically meld the door from stone into a solid wall, create another doorway passageway into this room with the Fight Club and take down Barrowlip, one of the daughters of Matron Zerith Zarlaren, and all of her students that were in here, learning a little bit about the martial arts and melee menagerie that the Drow encompass. And as you guys stand here in a room full of these dead Drow just littered across space, Barrowlip on the ground after taking some of Solrak's slashes, Zoran would finally go up and approach, not Sornas, but Tazarak, who was being held captive by Azax, and kind of look at him and say, "Look, you did great in there. I know you weren't using your normal weapon, and we had to make do with this mace, but regardless, you showed some great skill." And Tazarak kind of just looks at him and gives him a nod. Doesn't really say much, and Zoran just kind of turns around and quickly addresses you guys again. "Well done, every one of you. Could have went much worse. We're lucky that Barrowlip did not escape here. Go and get the others. With that said, though, are we to keep pushing on until we get to the Zolaran main hall and meet with the Matron Mother herself and the rest of her kids and whomever may be there waiting for us?" Change the music.
I think we need to keep on moving, but are we here to? Can you just refresh my memory? There's really no other way except to kill this broad, right?
In terms of what are you trying to accomplish?
I guess that's more my question, guys. Are we we're just here to make it through to the illicit layer, right? Or did Mr. Fancy Feather send us here for a reason? I don't think he did. Oh, never mind.
There we go. That's not mystery, but okay.
Well,
Should we keep on keeping on then?
yeah.
Look, if you all are trying to make your way to the illithid layer and where this brain has started to colonize them and group them and are raining their power from, unfortunately the only way through is through the Zolaran Hall. I'm sure there are other ways down in the Underdark, but not in this temple itself. It's a pretty surefire way to get through there.
Well, that answers that.
Okay.
So, how far and I look over at him. How far of a trek do you think it is? I could use some help.
To get to the Hall of the Zolaran, or to the actual Mind Flayer layer itself?
To the broad and her children that we have to fight.
Honestly, they could make their way in here at any moment. We are just around the corner, really.
Let's go get set up, gentlemen. And I just kind of slap everybody on the butt real quick, and my kind of amulet of the devout just kind of flashes once real quick, and that's going to be a quick balm of peace for everybody. So that's going to be 2d6, 1, 2, plus 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then do I also get the plus 5 for the Dawn Soul since it's a heal? It's a channel divinity. I don't know if that counts as a spell though.
Let me reread. Let's see. Yeah, it's for all healing spells. So if it's a divinity, a channel divinity, then yeah, that's not technically casting a spell.
Okay. So then everybody in the party heals 12 points.
Okay.
Even the
drow
drow if they're...
Cool.
Yep.
That is very
Sweet.
helpful.
Just kind of hop around real quick and just slap everybody on the butt.
They all kind of like, oof. Thank you, little fella there. Feeling a little bit better. Kind of kicks over some of the drow, maybe perhaps that are on the ground. Tazerac bends over and grabs one of the scimitars of him, begins to fling it in his hands about, and this will do me a bit better, I think, than the mace. And he looks at you, Silrak. Would you like it back?
Damn, Skippy. I'd take my mace back.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's got some magical powers to it that I don't think I can use at this point in time. I think just using a blade will do me better.
While they're all talking, I'm gonna go over to one of them and just kind of see if they can help me with Ajax spellbook. Could Drow read a Lithid by chance, or is that a negative?
Oh, Zoran would begin to look over and everything. This writing is completely alien to me. Most of us, looks around at the other drow, don't deal with such vile creatures. Being a magical house as House Rolaren is, they just reach out and stretch out to other creatures such as these mind flayers, but yeah, not something that I'm familiar with personally.
All right then, shall we get ready for the next little group, gentlemen?
Yeah,
Let's
and
do
Zoran, what do you think we would expect going into the Laren Hall?
Well, with Barrel Lip dead, Azax dead, well, I can guarantee you that they are not going to be happy with our presence, or your presence most of all. Seeing us probably isn't going to give them too much pleasure either. But what you can expect is, the powerful daughters, the two daughters that remain at least, Kiri and Cerebel. The eldest son, and kind of cringes a little bit when he says this, kind of shivers a little bit, and lover of matron Zirith, Brakthal, is the half-brother and father, I guess you can say, of Ravel as well. Who I believe you guys
A lot of big names.
had a run-in with. But matron Mother Zirith is, she's quite capable and quite powerful. She can even summon all sorts of demons at her will. And, she has all sorts of other magical drow that protect her in this room where they have this beautiful fountain of all the pantheon of drow gods and goddesses surrounded around a fountain. A lot of these magical drow, they are in here to protect her, and of course their deities, who they pray to.
So we definitely got our money's worth.
Yeah, you can expect
coming for us.
a decent fight, that's for sure.
Do they have any kind of like divinity spells or anything going in there? Do you think maybe we could trick them to come out?
Oh, to be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a watchful eye on us at this very moment in time.
Just kind of look around.
Yeah, go ahead and make a investigation roll. I got wine. Didn't even ask for it.
Pie and wine.
Yes. With
Good night.
A 3, kind of like quickly look over your shoulders and get right back to the conversation.
Well, that's because it would be great if maybe I could don a disguise and see if we could get a couple of the drow out in the open to dispatch before we take care of the host. But if you think they already know we're here, That could be a challenge.
Well, do you think Zornos might be able to do that then, given that he is a drow? I mean, he did kind of disguise himself in the midst of the other drow.
Well, I was thinking of it, and I pulled out Kiri's spellbook and I flipped through, and there's the spell Alter Self, and I go, maybe we could go in as the Mind Flayer and see if we could get one or two of them to follow us out into, say, a hallway like this, where everyone just pounces on them. But they already know we're here. We might want to get moving.
Well, I did.
Yeah, if they know we're here, we might as well just go slash and bash them.
Well, I did give you or Solrak back that that little disguise kit, or whatever you had given me.
Oh, the Without a Trace.
No, not that. When I disguised myself as a drow, it requires some focus on it though. I forget the name of it.
Oh, the mask. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but if they already
That-
know that if we don't have any element of surprise right now, I don't think a mask is gonna help.
I look at my swords and I hold them out to the guys. I say, "It's time to go, ladies and gents. Let's slash and bash."
Yep. It sounds about pretty much all that we can do at this point.
I guess this is the team.
But it's a good one at that. Well, how do we get to this damn family of creeps?
Well, Zoran, I guess, show us the way.
Yes, if we're ready to go, we will just proceed south through this doorway here. Make sure we keep quiet. There are other beings in other quadrants of this temple that we dare not disturb or alert that we are within their range. Once we go down there, it's just a matter of turning the corner and proceeding forward.
Well, if that's the game plan, then maybe we roll this out, and I pull out the scroll of Pass Without a Trace. We want to be extra sneaky.
I like it.
Do you think this is the time and place for it?
Well, we're trying to sneak past other people, and this thing will last for about an hour. So, I mean, that's not too bad.
Not bad at all. It doesn't hurt to try.
Let's
All
do
right.
it.
Duration, everybody within 30 feet. All right, so I pull out the scroll. I read it. Cast it on everybody. Everybody gets a +10 to stealth checks.
Very nice. +10, you said?
+10.
God damn.
Let's see if Solrak will still fail.
And do we have to stay within 30 feet the entire time? Or it was just while you were casting the spell?
For the duration, each creature you choose within 30 feet of you, including you, has a +10. Yeah, so everybody has to stay within 30 feet and can't be tracked except by magical means.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Um,
Shall we, gentlemen?
kind of Zoran goes forward a little bit and kind of kicks Barrelip's body to the side. She's kind of hunched over one way, kicks her over so she's flat on her back, and her cloak kind of just rolls open. And guys
Did
see...
we check her for supplies before we go?
Yeah, you see as he
There's
kicks her
anything
over real quick, you immediately think of that. I was like, shit, why did we check her out? You start to go look through her body and her robe and her cloak, rather, to see if there's anything contained in there. let's see. You do find a couple of things in there, a couple of vials and glass jars and sorts of things like that. You of course see her scourge, her multi-headed whip with these kind of snake heads at the end of it. That she let you guys feel the brute force of a couple times. You also, of course, see like her spider-shaped amulet that's wrapped around her neck. Some sort of like amulet of her connection to Loth, their deity, of course. You see a couple of poison vials as you like look over her cloak, kind of all stashed away there. Go roll a d6.
6.
Oh, nice. You find 6 vials of poison on her body. You also see a couple of like glass jars, vials that are more like akin to potions that you've seen before. As you look over one of them, you see that there almost looks like there's no liquid in it at all, but you kind of hold it up to the light that you have shining from your light spell, and you can see just a slight refraction of the light within there. And like as you stick your hand behind it, you see that refracts as well. Zaran would let you know. He's like, oh, that seems to be a potion of invisibility that you have found there. That could come in handy, I'm sure. You see another one where the liquid is actually, instead of being settled down at the bottom, you hold it up, and it's strange. The liquid all kind of floats up to the top of this jar. And you flip it over upside down, and you see that the liquid, once again, like bubbles up to the top. And he kind of laughs as he looks at that. He's like, that's a rare one there. That's a potion of levitation. You can drink that, and you see had the same effects as the liquid within there and start levitating at will if you'd like. And then, lastly, you guys would find 4 greater healing potions as well.
I don't know if you guys want to take the bulk of these.
The
I don't know how many.
potion of levitation is not a real item. You gotta just
Yeah, so
add
yeah.
that, and
Okay, I'll just leave it in.
it gives you the benefit of the levitate spell for the same duration.
Okay. So inventory. Just gonna add it here. Levitation.
Levitation. No
Levitation
breathing.
homes. And like a further, I mean, this is a fighting guild, so there's no more potions of healing or anything on the walls or anything like that.
Yeah, no, you look around, lots of like kind of broken boxes and stuff like that. You see like fighting like padded equipment and like pads like to wear while they're like practice training fighting, and like wooden sticks and things like that, but no sorts of potions.
I don't know if you want to take 2 of the greater healing potions.
Yeah,
Fangs,
I'll take the 2.
You take
And
2.
I'm wondering if what's maybe are you taking the invisibility?
I mean, I have it. I mean, it might make sense for you to take it because
I was thinking Sorak.
Take what?
potion
Sorry.
of invisibility. Also, so the problem with the invisibility potion is as soon as you do anything, you become uninvisible. So it's really.
I'm going in.
I got something special for you, Solrak. But so why don't you take 2 potions, Fang?
Yep,
I'll
I
take
just did.
1 potion, and then Solrak can take 1 greater potion, potion of greater healing.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so they just found 4 greater healing potions, a potion of invisibility, and a potion of levitation.
And what exactly do the vials of poison do specifically? Like, is it something that like you throw and
Which one is it? Can Solrak put his blades in it?
it's kind of what I was
Yeah.
slightly getting at too.
poison.
Let's see. Say
Is it poison basic vial? Is that it?
yes.
We got 4 of those, or 6 of those.
Six of them.
Yes, 6.
And Sorak, maybe take the levitation potion too.
Get 1 slashing or piercing weapon, or up to 3 pieces of ammunition.
See,
Yeah, yours doesn't do
I
slashing or
can't do it.
piercing. So Solrak, I don't know if you want to take 6 potions of, or 6
Vials,
poison vials.
6 poison vials, sure.
Yeah. And then before we go in there, you may want to throw them on your blades and go about it.
Yeah, for sure.
Get you a little extra damage on them.
Yeah,
Is
any
it
hit
potion
with it,
or
they have to.
poison?
It's a poison basic vial. Is how I think it's registered.
Yeah. If you just search poison, it's like the third.
And you
third
get it
one
for
down.
1 minute, so that'd be 10 rounds of slashing before
Yeah.
you'd have to reuse it, which is
So you
sick.
get a 1d4.
The poison isn't
One each one.
automatically applied. The damage that is.
Yeah.
They have to fail a DC 10 con save, and if they do, then they take another D4 damage.
Okay, and then you set a potion of greater healing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And well, if we were right outside, then I'll coat my weapon, but I don't believe we are, right?
Zora,
we're
chime in.
not.
We're not quite there. Maybe once we get out this room, down the hall, if we're looking to go right at it, then I'd say before we turn the corner down the hall would be a good place to do so. If we are looking to maybe, I mean, I'm not looking to talk at all, but it seems like maybe Wilma wanted to try some diplomatic ways. Gotta say, I don't believe that's going to be very successful if we do try that.
That's fair. That's fair. We don't have to do anything diplomatic. We can just go in hell's blazing. But before we go down this hallway, if it's just a short hallway, we just have to be quiet. That's fine.
We're not ready the action that when we turn the corner and we're right outside the door, I'll put my swords in poison.
Sounds like a plan to me.
So would that be 1 vial per sword?
Correct.
Okay, cool.
Let's see something here.
It can do 1 slashing weapon or 3 pieces of ammunition per vial. So each sword would take 1 vial.
Perfect.
And it's Arcana checks, right, for spell scrolls.
Yes.
So gradient invisibility would be what, a 14? It's a level 4 spell.
That sounds
Who
right,
has
yep.
who has the highest Arcana?
Let me see.
Probably
I have
Fang,
+5.
honestly.
But
Is what I
for are you talking about Pass Without a Trace?
No, so
okay.
what I'm thinking we do before, like right before we go in, is I can drop Pass Without a Trace. I can put guidance on you. I can help you read my spell book, and you can try to cast greater invisibility on you. Because if you do that, you're invisible and you can attack. You stay invisible, so that gives you advantage on all your attacks. If I'm reading that right. Or I can cast it on myself, and then they can't hit me, and I can just heal you guys. I just think it's a good thing to potentially use.
I could
like
use the. Yeah, I like you healing us part. Or Fang attacking too, but I feel like having you secretly giving us life while we go in there and slash and bash would definitely be useful.
The issue is is it kind of like a use it once and lose it? Like if we
I can
can't
use this one
successfully
time.
cast it, we lose it, correct?
Yeah, but I mean
So
that's gonna happen eventually.
yeah, no, I get that, but I'm saying if I have, what's your Arcana?
Oh, yours is higher than mine, but like you can cast it, but you can cast it on someone, so you can cast it on me.
Oh, okay.
And I can
I think I'd prefer to have you have it.
Okay.
And I'll cast it on you, and you cast guidance on me while I cast it on you.
Yeah. So I'll guidance, and maybe I can even help you read the spell scroll since I've kind of read Kiri's books and I understand her language a little bit better than everyone else.
Yep.
Um,
I like that.
yeah, so help, guidance, plus your thing. We need a 14, then I could potentially get greater invisibility. And then right before we go in as well, I can pop an enabling bond, and I can also do a wild shape chalice. So I already have it all up, and I'm ready to rock and roll.
Sounds like we got a nice plan in line for what's about to happen. Because this is not going to be easy.
Nope.
All right. So I think it's best to do it here in the event that they
Well, it
do.
only lasts 1 minute, so we should
Oh,
do it
even-
right around the corner. And if
Got
it
it.
doesn't happen, we just go in.
Sounds good. All right.
Hell's blazing.
You guys see
Yeah.
Tazarak kind of pacing back and forth up top, just walking around, and you see him kind of like grabbing his head a little bit. And Zoran would look up and say, "Taz, is everything okay?" He kind of just shakes his head and says, "Eyes watch from the void. Minds probe the barriers. We are never alone. Never free." Just like looks
Maybe
around
you
and
should-
shudders a bit.
Maybe you should stay up here, buddy.
Do you think he got infected from the mind flare?
Oh, 110%.
Yeah, it does look like it.
It can't be.
Oh, he just acts like that normally.
Yeah, that's Huh?
That was Taz that said that. Zoran would say, he has been acting quite strange. I wasn't as aggressive in the fight as I know him to be. Seeming to be pawning and planning, but... Taz, do you have any memories of what that Illithid did to you while under the interrogation? Because he had me tied to a chair for a while, and... I mean... He gave me a glimpse into his mind. Or maybe it was my mind. I'm not sure, but there were all sorts of cosmic truths. You know, the vastness of the mind is truly infinite, and to be honest with you, your pitiful concerns are beneath me. We don't need to worry about this.
And I look over at everybody. Yep. That sounds about right. Sounds like the answer. I think we should
Maybe
maybe
you just hang out up here, buddy. We'll go forward.
Zoran would look back at him, kind of like giving like a squinty eyes. So, you know, Taz, I'm sure, has been through much here and been shaken up a bit from Azax, but kind of pulls open his eyes a little bit and looks into him. He seems to be all there. Seems to be himself for the most part.
I don't think this is of our utmost importance at this time. I really do think we have to make haste. They know something has happened, and Wilma, let's hurry up. Let's get around the corner. Let's make you invisible, and let's go.
Let's keep on keeping on then.
If y'all think Taz is good to come, then let's go. But any moment that he turns on us, and well, we'll see what happens after that.
Ooh, very good threat there, buddy. I bet he's so scared now. Woo!
I'm not trying to scare him. I'm just trying to inform him.
Oh yeah, totally. Very intimidated. Anyways, let's go.
I'd like to point out that I'm the one that did most of the bashing and saving your life against the Illithid, but I digress. We need to hurry up. There it is.
That's
Yep.
what you sound like right now.
Yep.
Let's go.
Yep. I still think the record's 5-1, by the way, me. Just face it, I'm the superior athlete of the group. It's okay. Anyways. Let's go
Remember who whooped your ass?
Zoran looks
Oh,
back
I
and
guess I'm
puts a finger
okay.
to his pursed lips and says, "Shh. We're gonna continue on now.
Yeah, Fang.
Everything is ready.
Yeah, Fang. Shh.
All your plans are set. As I mentioned, we need to be very quiet as we traverse through here, not to alert any other creatures that may be in any one of these other rooms, chambers, corridors. Please, Stop with the petty arguing.
Sorry for a member of the High Cloth. My bald-headed friend here is quite petty, so I apologize on his behalf.
Not
Bow
necessary.
respectfully.
Just do what needs to be
Thanks for
done
that.
to make sure that we survive this, and they don't.
Don't worry. That's kind of my thing. I give him a two-eye wink.
Kind of
Start moving.
begins to lead you guys through, does a couple hand signals to the other drow, and they give a nod and give a hand signal back, and then he begins to lead you guys through. And as you guys begin to walk down this dark hallway with another one of these dilapidated archways leading down, I need everyone to roll a stealth check, please. You do add 10 to the total.
Yeah, buddy. All right, let's just not get a 1, please.
My roll.
24.
You see mine?
I see a 9.
Yeah, you got 9, so 19. 17,
Please.
24, 19.
And one more roll for me.
Refresh my page.
20.
There it is.
Okay. What was the lowest number? Was it the 17?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, as you guys all begin to follow down this hallway, just light-footed, going from heel to toe to make sure that you don't clank your armor about anywhere as you guys begin to walk through. Swords held tight to the body, any weaponry not loose. As you guys continue to follow us around down here, you see a couple of spiderwebs scrawled and sprawling across the ceiling, kind of reach out to some of the walls that you guys are walking down. As you look to your left, to the east on here, you guys can see large, thick, silken spider webs in the chamber. As you guys continue to walk on through, Zoran quickly turns around, gives you guys another finger to the lips, and quickly and quietly you guys make it down the hallway past this chamber. Wilma quickly looks in there and sees maybe 24 giant spider eggs all wrapped down at the base of where this room is just covered in thick webbings all over the furnishings and the walls and the ceiling. And as Wilma sees these spider eggs down on the ground, looks up and sees at least 16 eyes glowing, looking all around in the room. But you guys quickly skitter on by, unbeknownst to them, and make your way down to the hallway that Zoran stops at before turning and says, okay, once we turn here, we're going to go to the right, just the left on our screen. The hall is just right down at the end of here. If we had any moves that we're trying to take care of beforehand, I'd say we do that now.
And my ready to action comes through. I coat my weapons.
Okay. You quickly
All right.
dip them in some poison, and as you do that, Wilma, you actually begin to get this foul stench coming down from the south, where you guys, like, in the direction that you guys are heading. You see an archway down there that, Zoran is saying that we're going the other way, but you see this archway, and you can't help but get this smell of decay and just like this rancid odor down there.
Kind of tap him on the shoulder and I motion forward down to there. Then while he turns back, I am going to drink a potion of necrotic resistance.
Okay.
That I have. I'm going to cast Chalice on myself from Wild Shape. And then I'm going to pull out the spell scroll for Fang. And I'm going to recommend that we kind of like ready this spell so that he's prepared like right before we go in. And so like I've read Kiri's notebook like 30, 40 different times, and I notice her like B's and D's are always switched backwards. So I look at her spell book and I'm reading it. I'm like, this doesn't make sense. Those B's and D's are probably switched. So maybe give him a little help action when he reads it.
Okay.
And then while he readies that, I'm gonna ready a guidance spell so that when he goes to read it, we'll drop this and we'll cast guidance, because I'm assuming we're gonna like bolt down the corridor into the area.
Sure. Great, love that. So I'll also add, in addition to that smell that you're smelling, you also begin to hear this faint sound of... Actually, Wilmo, go ahead and roll a history check for me. You begin to hear a kind of like a jaunty kind of tune. The lute's playing, there's a pan flute, there's a little like hand cymbals going on as well, coming from the direction in which you guys are to be heading into. You guys also, as you hear this, you begin to like look around, you look up and you see in the hallway in here, the ceiling is about 45, maybe 50 feet high. It's kind of arched a little bit. And you see there's all sorts of these carvings of spiders and webs engraved and kind of designed on the top of the ceiling here. But, you know, beside what you see there and the smell that you're getting here, it's kind of strange to hear this kind of almost like uplifting tune of a few different instruments playing from the direction that you're to be heading in. And with a 13, you kind of sit there for a little while, not too long, but as you guys are getting everything prepared, and this tune sounds familiar to you. You know, Wilmore, of course, being the bard that he was, he traveled a lot, played with a lot of different bands, played a lot of different shows in lots of taverns and inns. He played with a band for a little while. The name of the band, for whatever reasons, is escaping you. But this is a very familiar tune of theirs that you can hear.
Kind of notion everybody with their ears, and I don't know, it just kind of reminisces, and I kind of look back to Soul Rack and I'm like, do you recall this music, buddy? Maybe from Bar in Daggerford?
I'm gonna think back to see if it sounds like something Wilmore had played,
Yeah, go ahead and make a history check.
or if it's like Daggerford. But history,
Because you couldn't really hear it at first. It's kind of very faint, and Wilma's ears perk up, and she can hear it, but kind of gives you a nudge, and you kind of walk up to the edge and you listen as closely as you can, and in the distance you can barely hear these audible notes of this tune performing and playing. As I mentioned, it's there's a lute, absolutely. There's some sort of drum and like a hand cymbals going on with it, even a horn playing. And you're like, oh, it kind of like this. You get this like nostalgia feeling, this like tezata, like it just hits you, and you're like, wait a minute, there's no fucking way. There can't be. Is that the sing-alongs? The band of halflings that used to play in Daggerford frequently. They're like a musical quintet.
Rationally speaking, how the hell could they be here?
As soon as he would kind of like mention that, like, it was Wilmore's band, and I'm like, she must have brought them here for entertainment. Looks like we may have some extra allies in there, gentlemen. And I kind of like start hopping up real fast and just like boom, just everybody feels that warmth in their feet as I cast Enabling Bond, and it's like, no more halflings die today, gentlemen.
No more
And-
halflings die.
And from there, I start reading the.
I would wait until we like turn and see them because it's only 1 minute. If you think, I mean, unless are they like right around the corner? Can we like see them?
Go ahead and you can absolutely try to peek if you want. You have your pass without a trace still up, so your stealth is quite high. If you want to look around the corner and see what you can see.
Let me poke an eye real quick, and I just kind of do a little one eye around the wall.
Yeah, drop your token down another square, see if you can see. And if you look out to the left, do you see anything?
Oh, I see some stuff. All right.
Okay, roll a stealth check for me, please, as you go ahead and peek your head out. And what you see up ahead are a few drow mages or guards of sorts stationed around what Zoran mentioned to you, this beautiful large center fountain of sorts with all these massively tall statues circling around it of different deities, gods, goddesses of the drow pantheon. The room, as you look around, seems to emanate with this purple aura of light from that fountain. But yeah, you don't see any musicians playing around there, or anything that you see, but you do see a couple of drow guards stationed around that center fountain.
Tell Solrak to get on his broom so he can maybe go a little bit faster, if that helps. And you guys ready?
Not with that wink.
All right. If you want to lead the way, Fang. As soon as he starts reading, I drop and I cast guidance on him. Oh, and then
just psyching myself out, ready to rock.
yeah, I guess the only challenge here now is, so Fang, you'll have concentration on you. So every time you get hit, I might turn back visible.
Got it. Don't get hit.
I mean, or should I just try casting it on myself? Or do you want to cast it on yourself?
Who do you think would benefit more being invisible?
So, if you're invisible, all of your attacks are at advantage.
I think we need that.
Yeah. If I'm invisible, they can't see me, but I mean, I'm also really good at running away.
That, and I can cover a lot of space.
Yeah.
Meaning I can get up there pretty fast. So,
Yeah, so maybe cast it on yourself.
alrighty.
And
All right, B's and D's are switched. Got it. So I start reading that spell scroll.
I drop it and cast guidance.
Okay.
5, and then was it D4?
Well, you have advantage.
Oh, I get advantage.
Yeah. Although 13 with a D4 is 14, so it would work.
Oh, 14.
Good.
Yeah.
Fang reads the spell scroll, and as he does, you guys can slowly see his fingers start to fade out of existence until it slides all the way up his arm, reaching his chest, until Fang just disappears. And standing or floating right there is the scroll that he reads from, which just burns into embers, falls down to ashes on the ground, and the words on it are no longer. Fang can add the invisible feature or condition on your character sheet. And Fang turns the corner to see once again these drow kind of circling around this fountain, bathed in this purple light, just kind of pulsing out from it.
Yep, and I am going right at the I guess within, since we're not in like combat, would you allow me to run to the far, given my my walking speed, like the far drow?
Yeah, it just depends on if you're spotted or not. I know you're invisible, but that doesn't mean that you cannot be tracked still. Go ahead. You're going to begin to run up there. You guys see Fang turn the corner. What did the rest of you guys do?
Well, he's invisible, so I'm gonna wait for a second. But knowing that I only have a minute, I'm gonna get as close to the edge there as I can without being seen.
All right, and yes, I guess I'll start by going at least to, like right here.
Okay. Go ahead and make a stealth check with advantage, and you can add 10. Ooh, 31.
31.
Let's see. Two 19s in a row. All right. Fang, you just kind of slide yourself up into this area as silently and sneakily as you possibly can. Unbeknownst to the drow that you stand in front of, that you are standing right there, about 10 feet away from them. As you slink your way up there, Solrak, were you about to do something too?
I'm waiting until I hear something.
Yeah, I'm waiting until I hear. Actually, here I'm gonna stick my head out just to see if I can see the enemy.
Okay.
Like, do like a quick peek out.
Yep. Does your character see down that path?
Oh yes, he does.
Okay. Go ahead and make a stealth check for
And
me.
okay. Ooh, 13.
Okay.
And I'll start making my way quietly down that way.
Okay. As you stand out quickly to look around the corner real quick, the hilt of your sword gets stuck on the edge of the hallway right there for a quick second. You hear just a clicking sound that echoes in the hallway here. And quickly, the two drow on the end here look up and they see you approaching, or around the corner at least. And one of them yells out something in the drow tongue. And you hear a bunch of them start to make this commotion and begin to gather around it. And how do you react to that? As you see the two in the front begin to make their way towards you.
I start to walk towards them, but as if there was something wrong with me. Like, I'm kind of talking nonsense. I'm just basically look, little birdie, birdie. I like birdie. Oh, look, birdie. And I'm just walking towards them, kind of like I'm crazy.
When I would have, I guess, heard them like speak in drow, I would have turned around and seen Solrak, and I would have been like, God damn it, it's always him that makes all the noise. I see this throne right here, and I'm like, all right, it's go time. And I like slam down my staff, but then right before I'm about to hit the floor, I kind of stop, and I do thunder and lightning.
Okay. Well, first let's Solrak, give a deception check.
Yeah, and my goal is to get up literally right in front of them. So I don't know how much I should move.
I'm just in the back being like, why did I even try to make a plan?
Ooh, 5.
Five.
Nice.
Oh Hold on, let me see if I have
Oops.
anything that I can.
The one just like puts his hands down, kind of looks at you, is like, oh, "We got a moron on our hands," and the other one's like, "No, you fucking idiot! We got infiltrators!" And he looks at you, Silrak, and you see he holds up a staff. It says, "Matron Mother, they're here. They've arrived." And as soon as he yells that, Fang, you strike up your lightning bolt and your thunder.